29 June 2019, the day I traveled back from Mumbai to Boston and landed at about 6 p.m. By 11 p.m., I was already on a bus headed to New York City to help my best friend Faraz move from New York to Boston. This bus journey was one of the worst experiences of my life. The bus driver was infuriating and annoying me on a whole different level. I had the directions open on Google Maps on my phone, but the bus driver kept on going in circles for no apparent reason. And when he wasn't being annoying, the traffic extended as far as the eye could see. And this was just so weird. And if you knew, or if you had been in my situation and traveled for as long as I did, you would be as furious as I was. It took me 7.5 hours. Finally, I reached New York early in the morning, and by 7 a.m., we were all set to load the U Haul. Upon exiting the building, we were perplexed to see that there were barricades, tents, cops everywhere. There were 500,000 people on the streets. The cops were telling us you couldn't go here, you couldn't go there. The cars couldn't enter any streets, and we just didn't know why. We just wanted to get out of the city. And so we learned that it was the NYC Pride Parade for and by the LGBTQ community. Upon learning about this, I was distraught and hurt. I hadn't slept in the past 2 days because my flight was more than 20 hours long, followed by the bus trip. I was so tired and sleepy, and it was 100 degrees outside. No air conditioning in the apartment, which meant that there was no chance of me taking even a small nap. Faraz had already gotten two parking violations. He was being charged a huge amount by the U Haul people, and I just wanted to get out of the city and go home. Faraz, watching how exhausted I was, looked at me and said, Milan, hang in there, dude. And then we went and got some pizzas. We tried Locali and Lombardi's, which are two of the places that New Yorkers would vouch for, and you should try them as well. Surely the next morning at 7 a.m., we set out to loading everything in the van, and boy, what an accomplishment this was. Just the two of us broke our backs trying to load everything in with cuts and bruises on our hands and fingers. Finally, we were all locked and loaded and set out on our journey back to Boston. That was one of the best road trips I've ever had. We drove by the coast of the city, enjoying the skyline, and drove by luscious green forests. And in that moment, I realized what a good friend I was. If I cannot be with my friend during a time of need, then I surely don't deserve to be with him during a time of happiness. Friends are people who stick with each other through thick and thin. And although this had been a very, very hectic journey, I felt happy. I had done something good.